Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another slightly dark Random Friday Musing. I hope you can see me okay. So what have I been thinking about this week? Well, a lot that's been on my mind this week has been this incredible pressure to be perfect. You know, I've seen a whole bunch of videos out there of women going, my God, look at this filter, doesn't it make me look amazing, and so on. And they say it's crazy because, you know, then they show their real face. And, you know, it seems to be that we're kind of pressured to live our lives as though through a filter, you know, as though we can't appear with anything wrong in our lives. And you know, fine, we do that for other people. You know, it's why we wear makeup or we dye our hair and so on. You know, we want to look nice. But this pressure becomes really, really intense. And it actually leads to immense disappointment. You know, we sort of have these expectations that life has to be a particular way because, you know, we've seen a TikTok video about it, or, you know, we've read it in a glossy magazine. And then we step out into real life and we don't feel as joyful as we thought we would, you know, when it comes to going to an event, or something isn't as exciting as we thought it would be because we're not being allowed to live in the moment. Instead, we're being told that this is how you should feel and this is what you should be doing. And as soon as we put that kind of pressure onto ourselves, experiences are bound to disappoint. But, you know, even worse than experience, we come into relationships. And again, this pressure to be perfect. I've had, you know, clients who've said, oh my God, I had an argument with my partner, as if it's the most awful thing in the whole wide world and they should never argue and never get into a fight and it should be a fairy tale and romance. But this is not how life is. You know, we don't wake up and go, oh, it's like, God, who was it? Snow White, you know, Snow White in the cartoon, waking up and going, the birds are singing around me. We don't have to be this perfect. We don't have to live our life through a filter, because when we try to, the most important person that we disappoint is ourselves. You know, it's really tough when we have, or when we've been taught to have an expectation of our own lives and then it just doesn't match it. And we don't then live in the moment. We're always living for an imaginary goal that really we're never going to meet. The only way to really live a life of joy, a life of peace, is to be at peace within ourselves, to drop these massive expectations and to just love ourselves as we are, with the imperfections and the foibles and the quirks and all these glorious little bits that make us interesting. You know, I'm reminded of crystals. I love my crystals. And when I teach about crystal healing, people say to me, so which crystal is more powerful? Is it the clear one or the one with all the cracks and the rainbows and the little cloudy bits in it? And I say, well, there isn't really one that's more powerful. They're different. When you have a clear crystal, you know what it's about. You know, it looks perfect. It's so beautiful. And you can see exactly what it's for and what it does and its personality. It's all there, laid out to be seen. But then you come to the crystal that has these cracks and these rainbows and all these, you know, little intricacies in it. And that's the interesting one. That's the one that has little hidden parts. It has wonderful little, you know, hidden, interesting bits that you never know what's going to lie in there. And as you start working with the crystal, gradually, bit by bit, the crystal begins to display other little parts of its personality. It's not all there just laid out. It's all its imperfections that make it interesting, that make it worth exploring. And, you know, this is us. If we were perfect, what is there to explore? What is there to grow, to expand? It's all our beautiful imperfections that make us interesting, that give us capabilities and the capacity to grow and to become something truly amazing. We don't want the filter. We want to be this rich person, full of all the wonderful little, I say, quirks. And when we accept that we are not perfect, when we accept that we are far more interesting than perfect, then we end up living life in the moment. We end up living here and now. And then we actually end up enjoying every moment and making the most of it, because we're less worried about how we are performing. Instead, we're just enjoying the moment. So that's what I was thinking this week. And I hope you'll go out and have a wonderfully imperfect weekend and just throw yourself in and enjoy it and have fun. I'll be back soon, and I look forward to meeting with you again. Sending you many light blessings. Bye.